All right, hello everyone. Here we are setting up for hole number 9. Not sure what to expect. I wouldn't imagine that they're going to give us a tailwind here. So may just be playing this out. Another thing that I also like on this hole, if we are playing out to the left, I like the Guardian, I like the Saturn, or Tsunami. If you get Tsunami up there, it's going to be a better option than Saturn. So if you have the option to go maybe Tsunami 5, Tsunami 6, I like it for the range so you don't put yourself in a gap. But that's, a big leap to even say that we're going to be for sure not going for the green or towards the green. So we'll just have to kind of set, we're definitely not going for the green. You're also definitely not getting it up to Saturn range. This is actually going to make this hole probably as hard as possible. Getting an eagle here, you're going to be, very happy. I'm a little bit underprepared. What you should be doing here is you should be bringing your Cataclysm or Big Dog for a win like this. And this is still going to be a bear of a hole. It's going to be very tough to get your birdie on this one. So let's see how far this gets down here. I'd imagine he's still going to be towards kind of max range here, where you just have to aim well out towards the right, like over here, and try to do some kind of curl shot. What I'd like to have is a Big Dog, and I don't think I can, can't get it. Alternatively, I may go with Sniper here just because I'm going to need that extra topspin. But I'd rather go Big Dog. Another thing that I'd rather do is probably a slice shot here. Try to land. It'll give me a little bit of extra distance. Right now I'm aiming at the edge of the, kind of the center of the fairway. I'm going to go one-ish stacked bullseye kind of right here. It was probably about 8 rings. And as I mentioned, I was kind of aligning the right edge of my bullseye towards the center of the fairway. And then on top of that, about 8 rings. And you can see it creates a nice angle. It keeps me up here towards the right-hand side. Gets me just a little bit higher up on that fairway than my opponent. It also creates extra momentum, which gets me down here a little farther. You can see I actually drove. My opponent had a POC 6. I drove my POC 4 as far as my opponent did. And as I mentioned, something with more range, 179, 180 is going to be ideal. And you can see that we can kind of barely keep it in range here. So the slightest of mistakes or short drive, and you put yourself in a really tough position on this hole. It will be holeable. I've been able to get this one to drop off that backstop. It also requires a perfect adjustment because you're not going to have very consistent rollouts coming off that slope. But you'll also see, if I'm going to be pulling up towards max here, I'm probably going to want to start or at least take a look at what landing down here looks like, because this is pretty much more or less kind of how it's going to play out for me. I'm going to go just slightly into overpower. You can also see what I'm doing with my alignment. Try to make sure that I hit that fairway is going to be what I'm trying to do. Just a little bit of overpower, as you can see. Perfect ball. Just a little bit of backspin as well. And I'd like to use more backspin than that. Just a tiny bit. Anytime into that headwind, I try to be just a little bit cautious because I know that ball guide's going to compress down. And it's really hard to know, especially when you hit into an upslope like that, how dramatic it's going to be. Another thing to be thinking about, if I would have applied less curl, for example, or got more up on this upslope fairway here, it would have actually funneled more down towards the hole. Let's take a look. I'm not going to go ahead and putt this out. So, if you want to use a little bit more of the natural slope of the backstop up there in the fairway, you can get it to roll off that hill towards the hole. The angle that mine came in, it was kind of more to kind of avoid a lot of that backstop and go a little bit more towards the hole. So there's kind of two things that I could do there. I could probably, maybe use one extra backspin than what I did and just try to use about half the curl that I did and try to use that backstop and funnel it off the hill. Alternatively, I could have probably jumped that up to about 4 to 4.5 on the backspin and then just tried to go a little bit more towards the hole straight on to see if I can't get that alignment that way. So two different routes to go there. Both are going to be possible to hole out. So keep that in mind. And good luck, guys. And I will catch you guys on part 2 coming up.